$30,000 to $150,000 USD.
Jesus.
And this is since they are larger in size, automatically will cost more. Moreover, commercial splash pads are more complex in design, as well as making them quite expensive.
We're live.
That
You
can
might want
range.
to introduce what we're talking about.
I don't know. Who the fuck are they? Who the fuck
Uh,
are we?
oh, I'm Jacob.
I'm Michael.
Thanks for
Amy,
tuning
I
in to the
think.
What the Fuck podcast.
Jesus, I guess we've been gone long enough. Our summer vacation's over.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't exactly all a vacation.
We played hooky long enough.
Uh,
Okay, so let's get that update going.
I think somebody told me to go to hell, and
They tried.
And
then
you're
my
here.
house was on fire. So
Okay. So how much? I'm not going to pressure you, but if you're comfortable, let's give our fuckers.
So still working through the insurance progress side of things. Process. Yes, thank you.
That
Uh,
thingamajig.
Which means that yeah, and then they're still waiting for the official fire marshal, not the fire chief, the fire marshal,
Let me show you something.
because they've requested the fire chief's one several times, and they're like, this doesn't have everything that we need on it, because the fire chief's report literally gives a layout of time.
Okay, that's the after action report.
Yep, the after action report. When did we get the call? How long till vehicles were moving, and how long till we showed up on site?
Took goddamn forever.
And then how long did it take for them to extinguish flame?
Or
Which-
simply let it burn itself out.
Which was pretty cool to see,
Yeah.
going through and doing that.
Well, having dealt with it firsthand now,
Mhm.
because you and I have been very critical of PVFRS
Mhm.
in the past and their response times and their operations on fireground. You've had an opportunity, unfortunately,
To see it firsthand.
to watch it firsthand.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Response times is somewhat of what I expected,
Because they're
considering that
responding
I
out of
was
one.
Go station.
they were responding out of one. Now, the first ambulance showed up, and I
Right.
want to say that one was down on
That's
Kellogg,
on 3.
and that showed up very quickly.
Now, Station 3, the one we have 6 bays and 1 active unit at? That one?
So,
Okay.
yeah. Got there, and that EMT firefighter went through and immediately started to suit and boot. Now, it took a while for the engines to get there to start putting wet stuff on the hot stuff,
Right, because they're coming out at 1.
because they're having to come all the way up there. And which I am very happy for the people of this town that actually know proper protocol that I don't know. When a fire engine
Get the
or
fuck out of the
when
way.
you see the wheels, you pull the fuck over and get the fuck out of the way. And the reason why I am impressed by this is I'm seeing it time and time again in other locations where people are on their fucking cell phone and they're not looking at their rear view mirror, they're not doing anything else like that. I'm waiting. Just realize, ladies and gentlemen, they're already talking about putting cameras facing the driver in your
Yeah.
vehicle. The next thing it's going to be is, does it detect red and blue or ambulatory lights,
And
Yeah.
issue a citation.
or if it goes beep beep, and everyone within that signal that isn't pulled off to the side or out of the way, all of a sudden it's like, congratulations, you have now earned yourself a $500 ticket. Yeah,
Demolition Man was a movie, not a documentary.
Hey,
but it's
All restaurants are Taco Bell. So,
I mean, if they're serving lettuce, I guess they're all
Oh.
doing that right now. But yeah, so going through the fire process that way, the guys did their best to go through and do that. They did try to minimize damage,
okay.
so that way when it came to insurance had a clear view of what was damaged by the fire, and not just, hey, we cut it
Everything.
down,
Yeah.
everything else like that. But that was, my fire was a little bit unique in the aspect that that was one of the days that we had 25 to 50 mile an hour
Mhm.
winds, steady or gusting. So when you feed a fire with lots of fresh air, it goes "Ooh," and it tries to burn everything down, and it
Yes.
almost did. So
Well, yours got, having gone out there with you, it got hot enough to warp the frame underneath that house.
it got hot enough to warp the frame. It broke out windows that were 25 feet away from the house that was on the RV.
Yeah.
It melted all the plastics on the side of the RV that was out back. There's a lot. With that being said, if you are an individual who has an RV on your land, I understand you need to have it registered and
Insured.
to be driving on public roadways. I recommend you leave it insured even when you're not driving it on public roadways.
That's a good idea.
Because my camper, my RV was not covered by my homeowner's insurance. Read through, because I'm used to like tow law, where
Mhm.
if it's attached to the vehicle, it's covered under the same insurance. Then I was like, okay, well, we had it connected up to shore power, so that way we could use it as an additional
Mhm.
space. And they were like, no, still not covered.
Doesn't cover
So
So my next question is, how was the response of the community after the fire for you?
the response from the community was overwhelming, in a phenomenal way. I have, I, I think it was also due to the factor of people. No offense to you, anyone out there. I appreciate everything that you did for me and my family. Uh, that was the time that Goodwill was shutting down, and the new Goodwill wasn't open. So everybody was like, "What do I do?" And Goodwill did put out a press nugget on there to like, you can bring it to the new one. You just have to knock on the back door to do donations. Don't just dump. And a lot of people went, we got stuff. And so like, the shirt,
Looks good on you.
these shorts, these shoes, these socks, not the underwear. Okay, dude,
Nor the hat.
hat was Goodwill. I went through and
Yeah, you figured that one out.
found this one. But yeah, it was overwhelming. Um, highly recommend. I realize for anybody who's lost anything, dude, I'm good with putting clothes on, doing stuff like that. But there's a reason why at Christmas I get socks and underwear of my brand and my style, because it's like trying to find a new barber.
Exactly.
It's tedious, it's time consuming because you got to go through the trial and error process. So luckily for me, uh, Walmart sells my boxers, so I went in and got a couple of packs. So yeah, because you got to understand, for guys, a medium in one and a large in another
Are different.
are entirely different
Yes.
things. And if you get the medium in this one, fits perfect. But if you get the medium in the other one, all of a sudden you got a hemline going up your hemline.
I felt so bad for your wife because when we met her the day after and she was at Walmart and she's like, I gotta find a bra.
Yeah. At that point in
Like, that's
time,
one of those things you gotta do for
at
yourself.
that point in time, I don't really care. Yeah. At that point in time, she could roll around savage. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
There's a list of Hollywood celebrities that are all about free the tatas and not having
So am
to
I.
be in a bustier or anything else like that.
I liked my tatas free.
Yeah, I understand. That's the reason why you went on GLP-1, so that
Yeah.
way you didn't have to,
I went from a full C to a B.
yeah. You got some shrinkage more than one way. You're A Mike, not C Mike.
Yep, exactly.
So,
Alright.
yeah, that
So speaking of Fuego,
the community came together in a massive way. Uh, Everybody did, and it was amazing. Fuego, fire. Ah,
Oh,
you need some.
yeah.
Because we are going August for Apostate. We're doing something different this time for August. Because we smoked the classic Apostates repeatedly on the show. Because they're great cigars. They're one of our favorites. Brandon and Kendrick are some of our favorite guys. We're going 8 witnesses.
Ooh.
The 8 witnesses are a smaller vitola. And vitola means size of cigar and type. Type meaning shape. They're a smaller vitola. So it changes the wrapper binder filler ratio.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means is the ratio of the outside leaf, the wrapper leaf, the binder leaves, and then the filler, which is the center of your cigar.
Mm-hmm.
When that changes, the majority of your flavor comes out of your wrapper. So by changing the ratio, more wrapper,
Less filler.
less filler,
It changes the
it
dynamics.
dials up the flavor notes in that
Ah.
cigar. These aren't flavored, obviously. I don't do flavored cigars. I will not subject you all to those. But it dials up the beautiful notes within the cigar. And tonight we're smoking the number one, the initiatory. Unfortunately, y'all know me. I smoke like a chimney and a fiend and all that kind of thing. So I have two in front of me because they are a smaller.
Which you also have to be careful about that because with the smaller and
It
if
is-
you inhale faster, then all of a sudden you're superheating.
You have to slow down a little.
And that's like brewing a cup of tea. If you do it too hot, too fast, you're gonna fuck up the
Well,
tea
there's an
leaves.
ISO standard for brewing tea. There's an ISO standard for tea brewing.
An ISO standard for tea.
Yes, there's an
They
ISO
don't need to
standard
be
for brewing
involved in
tea.
that.
The British got involved in it.
They
There's
don't
an
need to be
ISO
involved in
standard.
that. So stupid.
I was sure there's an ISO standard for cigar smoking, but I have not yet found it.
You know, the other thing we should do at some point this month, because they are going to be coming in, the lost pages.
Yes, we'll be breaking out the lost pages this month,
Yeah.
which are
So
a
Jacob can feel like himself, because
brand new release. They are a
Sure.
much thinner vitola. But also, speaking of fires, we have the Mouse Meadow Fire.
The Mouse Meadow Fire. Okay.
19,000 acres, 0% containment, no aircraft. Burning up on the north end of the test site right now.
towards Toner.
That's the reason why there's no aircraft?
Yes,
Or is it because they have no place to like pick up water close enough
yes.
to be able to drop
It's
it
on
off?
the test site, so they're not flying it.
But then, yeah.
Immediately to the west of that, there is another fire. It looks like they may form a complex in the near future.
Ooh.
There's another one on the Nevada side, or are you
Yes.
talking about the California? Okay.
I'm sorry.
Because I know there's the one out by Lone Pine.
The Uter side.
Oh, on the Oh, okay.
I'll pull that one up. Well, we're talking about fires because Europe's on fire too, which means resources are stretched incredibly thin when it comes to firefighting activity. So yeah, and satellite imagery on the Mouse Meadow shows it's spreading rapidly to the east. Your second fire is Quail Springs, which is about, what's my scale? About 30 miles west of that. So before you hit Highway 390 or 318. So we're talking the area around 375 is Quail Springs.
Okay.
So south of Sand Springs Valley, threatening Tikaboo Valley. Not that I know anybody there, but be aware that there are considerable fires there. There's considerable fires in California right now, which is impacting our air quality. It is certainly not helping. We have a heat dome,
Yep.
which is pushing all of that down on top of us. 112 degrees today here.
Yep.
That was my temperature reading at our official temperature gauge.
Mm-hmm.
At my
With 7% humidity.
Ugh.
So for us locals, what does that mean? We're also seeing winds. High heat, low humidity, winds out of the west.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, what does that describe?
Shit show.
The weather before your fire.
Mm.
So anytime you're balancing heat, humidity, and wind that are up, down, up, it's a bad fire conditions. So be very freaking careful right now. Don't do fireworks. Try not to do outdoor fires.
Oh, yeah. That was the big three questions that I was asked. Did you burn anything in your backyard? Did you barbecue in the last 24 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Not just...
Well, because you could have
like you have embers or something.
Yeah. Did you barbecue in the last... And were your kids setting off fireworks? And I was like, dude, I'm the cool dad. They come and ask me like, hey, can we go shoot off fireworks? Because they want me to do it with them.
Yeah.
So.
And it's too damn expensive.
Yeah.
And speaking of fireworks,
Are they
117 tons of fireworks in the United States, consumer-grade fireworks, have been recalled.
Okay.
Because of an explosive risk.
Like pre-detonation
Yes,
explosion?
that's the
Okay,
problem.
okay, okay.
Like
But
sitting in
just when that
storage.
headline hit, I'm like, explosive risk and
Well,
fireworks.
duh.
Well, duh. Isn't that the
Isn't that
point?
the point? If they don't explode, I think
I
I'm
want my
gonna
money back.
take them back.
That's sort of like saying there's a choking hazard associated with food. Yeah.
Yeah, no
If you
shit.
don't chew it and you try to swallow, a lot of food will choke. Will make you choke.
Video. I did not chew.
Oh god.
Jokes on Dick?
Oh, that one.
Oh, Joe gave us. If you look at your comments,
I can't see.
So Joe gave us some information.
Mr. Jones.
Caresta CRM 46 and 64 through 68 for the sampling atmosphere, machine calibration, and particulate measurements for the automated smoking of cigars for testing. However, there is no ISO standard.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Joe. Joe is our mechanical expert over there. Works in the mining industry, works in the assaying industry. So if anybody knows ISO, it's Joe. All right. So moving on to other local shit. There's plenty. We've been gone for a month.
Yeah.
Boys, we're back. I'm a bad, bad man.
I feel like that's a direct quote.
It is, actually.
So where do you want to dig into this? Do you want?
Let's dig in on data centers.
Okay.
And open meeting law violations and one of our disgraced commissioners.
Oh. You mean outgoing commissioners?
Outgoing, but still.
And
current.
disgraced.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Under investigation?
definitely under investigation.
Yes.
Okay.
So, data centers. Love them or hate them, they're coming. In my opinion. That's my opinion. They're coming.
Okay. To America?
Coming to America. No.
Or to Nye County?
To the area.
To Nye County?
To the area.
Yes, but Nye County is a large fucking county.
You're
dude.
right. Nye
Like,
County.
if it was up on that other side that just you see that long, lonely highway as the only thing that really passes through it, and that's it, like, okay, that brings money to Nye County. Like,
Yes, it
whatever.
does.
But it's on that side
I'm
of Nye
talking
County, not this
specifically the
side.
Man's Technology Campus.
Okay.
Okay, the one looking at the south end of town. Now, having worked in data centers before, I will put that out there. I've worked in data centers before. I worked in data center consolidation. I've designed data centers.
Were they a data center or a network center?
Data center.
Okay.
Data center means a group of computers with various functions located within a single climate-controlled space for one of many purposes. I've worked in data centers that were focused on a single entity. For USGS, I worked on data centers for the Department of Interior when we consolidated our data center with USGS with the other data center from USGS up to Cottage Way, which was the Department of Interior data center. I've worked in private sector data centers for City of Atherton, City of Bell, SJRC, San Joaquin Regional Rail District.
I feel like you're peeing all the way out the door right now.
Sorry, I'm just credentialing here.
I
So
understand.
I actually know what I'm talking about.
That's the reason why I just asked, clarification-wise,
I'm standing.
whether
I'm
it was a
doing
network center
handstand.
or a data
I'm
center,
doing a
because
I have
handstand.
credentials as well, but I'm choosing not to pee.
I'm doing a hand. I am straight up doing a handstand, Riley and Jonesy, and peeing from across the room.
All right.
So, I know what I'm talking about. They're not a bad thing necessarily.
I just don't understand why you would want to build a data center where it has to be temperature controlled.
They all have to be.
I understand. But in a region such as ours, where it gets
Dirt.
dirty as
No.
well as
Dirt. Simply put, dirt.
spicy.
Dirt.
The external air is already spicy.
Right.
I'm sitting there and being like, wouldn't
He's
you be
like-
better off moving this
He's
up
saying the
north,
dissipation of heat here.
where all of a sudden, hey, you
They are
have
building them up north.
okay,
They're building them everywhere.
you get a data center, you get a data center.
It is kind of like Oprah, yes.
Yes. Heat dissipation from a properly cooled system, a properly engineered system,
Uh-huh.
doesn't really have an issue with ambient.
Okay.
Does your car have a few degree creep in temperature in hotter temperatures? Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
But it is an incredibly efficient cooling system using a closed loop, very much like what this data center is proposed as, Your car radiator is a closed loop system.
Yeah.
You aren't having to constantly add water,
Mhm.
unless you have a leak,
Unless you
and
have a
then you're
problem.
fucked. But it's very efficient, and it's cooling something that's much hotter than a data center by several orders of magnitude.
Okay.
Controlled explosions.
Yeah.
So it's not a huge issue. The power is the biggest issue, and what they're banking on is the availability of hydroelectric and solar power here.
Okay. Which hydroelectric is kind of an issue right now
Yes,
because
it is because the
of
water's
The
there's
Colorado
well,
River.
not anymore. Not anymore.
What do you mean?
Welcome to a 30% cut
Yes, exactly.
in our water rights in Nevada,
Arizona,
California,
and California.
and Arizona.
Mandated.
wow.
Mandated by the federal government. The federal government seized control of the Colorado River. All of those states are mandatory 30% cut.
Which does call into question hydroelectric resources.
No, that's one of the specific reasons why they're
that's
ordering
one
the
of the reasons.
cuts.
Oh, okay, so that they can.
So that way it
Maintain
can fill the wells,
height
so
on
that
dam.
way it can
Okay.
continue going
Maintain
down.
height on dam. Also, according to several major studies, this area, specifically the Amargosa Valley, is the literal best in the world for photovoltaic solar.
Okay.
It produces the highest wattage anywhere in the world.
So this is what really annoys me with that is because I had that generalized discussion with my daughter. I'm like, then why don't they put it? Why is it not a package that they offer out to every single homeowner to be able to do it that way?
Economies of scale.
Mm.
Industrial size solar, like the one up Simpkins, the one that was just built on the Clark County side.
Okay.
These industrial size solar plants are incredibly efficient, incredibly active, and do a wonderful job producing photovoltaic power, particularly when combined with things like a molten salt battery system or a kinetic battery system. This is a whole package. And in these data centers, they're proposing to put the solar on the roof of these 900-acre facility.
Okay.
900 acres of solar produces a lot of power.
Uh-huh.
Direct to them.
During the daylight time.
Right. And that's where battery storage comes into play.
Mm.
Molten salt, lithium ion, kinetic.
Okay.
Those are all proven technologies,
Uh-huh.
proven to be within the margin of safety.
Okay.
So honestly, I'm somewhat of a proponent of these things. And the other reason I'm a proponent of them is if we look at the last two major things that Nye County threw a fit over, the spaceport
Yeah.
and the solar. What
Yeah.
happened?
Where did they get built?
Where did they get built?
Just on the other side.
Just on the other side of the
Still
Clark
using our
County
aquifer.
border. Drilling into our aquifer, using
Mm.
our water, using our power on this side of the mountain.
Okay. Yeah.
So my position is that
But no tax dollars.
if we do not take advantage of
Sure.
this and push it forward in Nye County, and I hate to be on this side of things, Clark's going to do it because Clark doesn't want them in their valley,
Yeah.
But they own 20
but
miles
they don't
land
care about ours.
on
Uh-huh.
our side of
Now,
the tax.
Which is hilarious to me is because like I thought about that and I want to do the research into it of the boundary line
Why?
between this state and California because I'm like you have mountain
Gold.
ranges
gold.
and they were like
Natural borders,
wait
yes.
wait
It was all about gold.
everything that has a ridge on it we want in California for the gold.
Exactly.
Is that what you're telling
Pretty
me?
much that's how that border was drawn.
Because I'm like looking at it and I'm like why is this a straight line before we get to the mountain range?
All the known gold fields
Hmm.
were placed in California.
Yeah.
Where my problem and where my issue comes up in the data center thing is specifically with my least favorite human being right now.
Mm-hmm.
Your least favorite?
Yep, he's been here for 30 years.
Your least favorite, huh? Okay, so not the personal one.
No, this is my professional least favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify because, like,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do have.
I know.
There are several above this guy, but
when you say your least favorite, I was like,
my least favorite person in Pahrump
okay.
Possibly,
in District 4
possibly in the state of Nevada.
and state of Nevada,
Yeah.
because his campaign finance comes back with serious contributions
Ah.
from
From
these people.
meetings.
Okay? He has stated publicly in meetings that I don't give a damn about what the people want.
Mm.
I believe his actual words were something to the effect of, an angry mob will never change my mind. I've already made it up.
Mm. Yeah. And this is the person who's heading out of office, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a reason he was.
Voted out.
Now,
Voted
secondary to
out.
that, he has his hooks into the construction company
Okay.
that has been tapped to build this project.
Ah.
Okay?
Ties, yeah.
He has ties there. So does Deborah Strickland. Deborah
Mm.
Strickland sold half the water rights to him.
Lovely.
So she's tied in with
So
fraud
two yeses.
and graft. She should have recused herself because she stands to financially gain. So does Ron. He stands to financially gain.
But
Uh-huh.
They're not going to
like that
recuse
right now.
themselves because what's an ethics violation going to do?
To a lame duck commissioner?
To a lame duck commissioner, Ron's had two or one ethics complaints substantiated. He
I
was
don't know.
bumped down from willful to non-willful. He was ordered to pay a large sum of money and go to some classes in order to avoid jail time.
Is there a number you can have where there's no longer an option to just pay a fine?
No.
Oh.
It's up to the ethics commission. So that's where that all stands. And that is the type of graft that I'm seeing in this
Yeah.
project. Like I said, I don't mind the data centers themselves. I have no issue with that. I think that a lot of the opposition to data centers is being astroturfed by China so
Okay.
that they can catch up with us.
Okay.
But if they play on people's concerns for their children's, the environment
Exactly.
their children are going to have
You
to
sow
grow up
those.
in.
I love the Facebook comment that put it on blast that everybody who was in the government that was a high supporter, they said, hey, we can put the solar over by your house.
Mhm.
We can put the battery field behind yours. But as one person put it, this is borderline internet bullying
It is.
due to the
Yeah.
factor of it. I don't know if they used Google Earth or Google Street or
They
just
posted photos.
drove by.
Yes.
But there was photos
There were
Now,
of like,
of it.
does this look like your house?
I am all in.
How do you think it would
How
look with a
does
data
this
center
thing look?
behind
I
it?
am all in favor of holding politicians accountable.
I agree.
There is a way of doing it within the confines of civility.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't
And-
want our least favorite person to have it in his backyard because that's only a couple blocks from us.
Now, what I am going to say is this is just me observing. Until the torches and pitchforks show up,
Uh-huh.
it's not an angry mob yet.
Oh, no. That's where the tar and chicken
The tar and
feathers.
chicken feathers, maybe
That's
the
when it-
rail.
That's when it's an angry mob. Which the torches and pitchforks, that's when it's a concerned mob.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
So which one are we going to have on Tuesday?
Because
I'm going to go with concern.
an angry mob, there's no stopping them.
No,
They're
a
going to
concerned
do.
mob can be
we
turned
have-
away.
We have seen what angry mobs can do across this country.
Yes,
We have seen that.
I believe
Now, a
Portland.
concerned mob being like, we don't want it. We don't want it. We've seen that. We've had so many peaceful protests, or mostly peaceful protests,
For this, that, and the other.
that have been on 160, 372.
Yeah.
That is turned into the protesting corner, which it's like, okay,
Okay.
If it's Saturday morning,
do not,
I expect somebody to be out
don't
there.
step out in the street.
Don't go on the Nugget property. Don't
Don't go on the
Pinnacle
nugget
National
property. Yeah. Don't do that.
So there's that point of concern within the community. And we're going to continue monitoring, and I'm going to continue digging as to any other connections that any of the other commissioners have. Clearly, there's a conflict of interest with the two.
Yeah.
A significant apparent conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly when they're telling you outright, I don't fucking care what you think.
Yeah. If you're a BOCC member and you say something to that aspect, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You should. That's not a ethics violation. You have outright. I'd love to see their oath to see if they're supposed to be doing that, because even on the other one that was out. For the people I work for. Yeah. The question that
Who are
I'm
they?
like, who are you working for? Are you
Well,
working
clear-
for the
cle-
people in your
Clearly,
district?
in this case, it appears they are working for the construction company, the data center ownership, themselves, obviously. So, yeah, there's that front. I've got another problem.
Which one now? You didn't put your finger in there, did you?
No.
Okay.
Or my dick. The other big point of concern right now is the splash
Dude,
pad.
you literally just cut the tip of that, and I was making sure that you didn't have your finger in the other hole and went,
No.
and then you gave me that
Because you said
slow, like,
gloves.
we got another problem. And I'm like,
The splash pad.
oh, yeah.
So, a lot of conversations about that. $300,000 spent.
Okay.
So there are some concerns.
Yeah.
First, that the proposed drawings don't match what we got.
Which
It's an artist's
I-
rendition. I get it.
I understand, but I look at the Pontiac Aztec.
Oh,
Okay.
geez.
Oh.
The
I-
car with PS1 graphics?
I look at the Pontiac Aztec of how it was proposed and everything else, all the super qualities that it was going to have, and then the production that came out when people reared in and said, "We can't afford that. We can't do this. No, we're not putting a fusion reactor in here." Yeah, doing
It's
all
a
that.
Mr. Fusion. Come on.
So an artist rendition is an artist rendition, and
It is.
that's
And
like a police sketch.
I can
Cool.
understand
They're given
the,
information. Here's the rendition that's pushed out.
the angriness of the community
Oh yeah.
when to quote one of my favorite movies, I want this to look like that.
How is this a kid for, or how is this a school for kids? Only ants could fit in here.
Mine was from Falling Down when he's in the fast food joint.
Yes.
I want this
The
to
burger,
look like
the fast
that.
food burger, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's kind of my feeling here is somebody watched the Mick King's commercial
hmm
and saw this beautiful, anus burger on the thing that's big and fat and juicy and just dripping with sauce, and it's gorgeous.
You mean the motor oil, the
The styrofoam.
styrofoam.
Oh, what they used to make the ones that they
Oh,
coated
and the
with.
wax lettuce.
Yes.
The
Yep.
wax lettuce. Yeah.
And then they go to Mick King's there, and they get this thing that's like this thick, where you can barely find the meat.
Bro, don't get me started. I ordered the new Jack in the Box, like Philly style burger that was supposed to have onions and peppers on it. You know what it had? Like the sad weepings of an onion and peppers on it.
And they waved a pepper over it.
They were like, oh, like, no, it was, there's a red piece, there's a green piece, here's the onion. And you're like,
That's
it's
it.
sort of like when you ask for extra pickles,
And
and
you
instead of 2, you get 3. You're
Yeah.
like, bro, you gave me a slice of pickle and charged me 15 cents for it?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So there's that
Horrible.
concern in this matter. There's the cost concern. People have done cost comparisons, including myself, between the custom, which is what we did
Uh-huh.
here in the county. We bought the parts and did it custom here with a local builder versus the drop-in cookie cutter. So there was concern at the cost point that we could have gotten so much more if we didn't go custom. And here's where that concern hits with me. Again, the construction company that built this thing,
Mm-hmm.
no bid, even though they were required to go out for bid.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the local one that put it together? Or
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Not the
Not the-
outsort, not the parts,
Not the provider.
but the labor. No bid, best friends with the head of the planning commission.
Wow.
Yeah. Now the planning commission's only an advisory board, but effectively anything they say goes.
Yeah.
The board rarely, and I'm talking less than a fraction of 1%, goes against what planning says.
Mm.
So there was that possibility, and I'm not saying there was, of graft, kickbacks,
Okay.
Because it cost more than what it should have in a lot of people's opinions.
Okay.
The
Well,
final piece of this puzzle, because there's one more piece to this puzzle.
okay.
Local moms group raised approximately $10,000 for a shade structure to
Okay.
go over the top of it. Privately raised it, gave it to the county,
to the BOCC.
to the BOCC, with the express earmark that it was to be used for a
the
shade
shade
structure
that is
over the top of this thing.
Yeah, because you don't want kids burning, and
Yes.
even if you lather a kid up in SPF 3 million,
Yeah, my kids would burn.
Well, and here's the
they
thing.
would sit there and scrub a dub dub, and then all of a
It's-
sudden now you have liquid on you, intensifying the sun's
Right,
UV rays.
concrete. It's concrete floor. Okay? Concrete, what does it do in the heat? Gets hot.
Heater.
Which, boys and girls, make sure your dogs are okay, because if it's too hot for your hands, it's too hot for their paws. And clearly, an unshaded structure out in the middle of our heat that's bare concrete is too hot for our kids.
Mhm.
And the water isn't on-demand water, so it's not constantly moist to
Mhm.
dissipate that heat. So when they go in there to turn on the water, that concrete's going to be 140 plus degrees.
Oh, it's going to be hot, hot, hot.
We're talking capable of blistering skin easily.
Mm-hmm.
And you're certainly not going in there with shower shoes if you're 5.
Dude, you're lucky to get shoes on a 5-year-old, let
Exactly.
alone keep them on a 5-year-old.
Exactly.
Well, the other thing I'm thinking of, and I just thought of this one, is the water that comes out. Is it going to have the same problem that most water here in Pahrump does, which when it first
Abso-freaking-lutely.
comes out of a
It's going to
pipe,
be it's standpiped in a metal pipe standing in the middle of the blazing sun. That water is going to be 1,000,000,000 degrees.
It's going to be a flashback to the 80s and 90s when you were the first kid to grab the
Drink
water
out of the
hose to
hose.
drink out of it. And then all of a sudden you got shot in the mouth with lava.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't taste your Hot Pockets or your hot cocoa or anything else.
Your
All you
pizza
could
pockets.
feel was the heat intensity in your mouth. You're like, I burnt off my taste buds.
Like you
Yeah.
bite into your hot pocket and it's not hot anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel anything.
So, and there are also safety concerns about the block wall arc,
Okay.
because it may not meet minimum requirements for distance.
From
The center unpadded steel pole in the middle of a bare concrete, wet bare concrete pad, to the unpadded block wall.
You're running around on wet concrete.
You're running around a wet concrete.
You slip.
Now, the question is, I have
take
not,
a header into the wall.
because they haven't opened it, I haven't taken a look at the material that they used. If it's any kind of concrete that is regular concrete, polished concrete, and not the super duper textured concrete you use around pools, it's going to be a problem.
I think they were supposed to be using the textured stuff, but I've not seen it.
I haven't been there. I'm not going to make an allegation without actually being there.
like, I kind of want to just put a candle outside to see if it'll melt in the middle of the day.
Yeah, it will.
It will.
Just to see it just go.
It was very useful though. The other day I had to thaw some frozen pumpkin, and it thawed in less than an hour. Set it outside.
Goes into the superheat.
I call it the air fryer.
Oh.
You get a little wind going around, 110 degrees.
Satan's hot breath on the back of your neck, just going ha 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 ha.
So those are two of the big issues that are floating around right now.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay? The other guy wrapped up in all this, who was responsible for all the legal review on it, all the stuff that's going on with it, as far as the legalities.
Coonsy?
Brian Coonsy.
The one that I made the statement on of like, yo, something doesn't smell right in Pahrump. And we were saying, hey, we need to switch out either the DA's office or the sheriff's office to scout it out. And I literally sat there. I was like, no offense to Joe McGill. I didn't say that about the DA, but something wasn't adding up with how things were going down in this town when it came to convictions of criminals and going
Let's talk
through.
about that office for a minute. I had a long conversation with a confidential informant today.
So are we talking about the sheriff's office or are we talking about the
DA?
Inside
DA
the DA's office.
Okay, so
Long
the DA's office.
conversation. with a CI inside the DA's office.
Close to it, yeah.
No, I'm going to go with
Close to it.
no.
Close to it.
By revealing the information, they're going to be inside.
Close to it.
Okay, close to it.
That's the
I don't
whole
wanna be-
reason why you have,
I'm not
Bro.
going to say who it was.
bro.
And the
I don't
person
care
doesn't
if
care
the shit
I,
came
if
from
I,
your own asshole.
and the person
It
actually
came
said
from close
they
proximity.
don't care if I mention names.
Yeah. Well,
So I'm leaving them as a CI for right now. They may at some point become our routine legal advisor on the show
eh,
to be able to reach out to that person.
that person might tell you. Close to it.
So
Dude, I'm taking a textbook thing directly
I
out
know,
of journalism.
I know.
Near or close to
Proximal, yes.
So
this. So that way you're not saying somebody in the office. You're sitting there and saying,
well, they
somebody
may
around
not
the
be in the
office.
office for long. That's why.
are you talking about Ron's daughter?
No,
No.
Ronnie?
I will officially
She
come
doesn't
out and
talk
say
to
that.
us.
No. I was just saying because I saw the stuff that said she might not be in the office for very much longer.
So, dealing specifically with the election
Okay.
and retaliation after the election.
Uh-huh.
So, unfortunately for me, as a member of the library board, our legal counsel, Michelle Nelson, has been missing in action. And I was informed as to why today. She has been on emergency leave
Ooh.
because individuals within that office were circulating text messages about killing her
Wow.
and how they would get away with it.
Wow.
Breaking a bottle over her head.
Wow. Yeah, I'd love to see some of those text messages because doesn't that fall
It should, and
directly
I have
into?
submitted. I have submitted FOIA.
Yeah, because threats against someone's
I
life, whether
don't-
it's written or spoken,
is a crime,
is a crime.
especially when they have agency,
Uh-huh.
the ability and means to do so.
I mean, you saw how much everybody flicked the governor's shit for "Don't you know who I am?"
Well, I've been here for 30 years, Jacob.
Well, you know the great thing is, comedians did that too. They walked out and they said, "Don't you know who I am?" And the entire crowd in Las Vegas shouted out his name. Not the comedian's name.
No, Lombardo.
Yeah.
Lombardo.
So yeah, that is a developing story. And like I said, I had a long conversation with my CI about some malfeasance in that office today,
Yeah.
including the possibility, and I'm working this story. This is an allegation. I don't have any proof of it yet. So allegedly, kickbacks to Coonsey from these companies.
Wow.
I'm going to have to follow the money on it, but that's the allegation being made.
Dude, that's a good sign right there. Not that
Allegedly.
but like a sign. Kickback Koozie. Like if you were running against him,
Yeah.
or if you were against his stance on things, like I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
You were a sign truck owner with some spray paint?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean-
Anthony,
I mean, how many times have we
I know
seen
you listen,
people
Anthony.
out here who literally say, "Hey, no to solar, no to this, no to that, no." eh, Hey, we got these signs pre-made.
Yeah. Now, like I said, it's an allegation. I don't have any proof. I will be following up on it. But as an investigative journalist,
Yep.
I am putting it out there that that allegation has been made by somebody close to the DA's office who conceivably would have knowledge of this.
Mhm.
So I'm not just getting this from, a rando.
Hey, we have talked about conspiracies on our show and everything else. We've also talked about, like you and I have
Oh, yeah.
had cigar conversations where we're talking about conspiracies that used to be conspiracies,
But
Now
and
they're
that
fact.
now are a matter of fact. 99% truth, and the 1% conspiracy was the reaching out that this person knew about it and did nothing about it. No, it was like, oh, no, that person knew something about it and was actively trying to shut it down.
Right. Yes.
Because they were like, what the fuck?
So, like I said, those are things that have come to light. And if you know my track record so far, boys and girls, when I deal with a CI, when I deal with somebody that is providing me information, so far I've been on the ball with every one of them because I at least want to know from somebody who would conceivably have firsthand knowledge of things.
Oh, like a drug conviction from the Nugget. Or
A drug connection, yeah.
oh,
Connection.
drug connection?
Yeah.
Not
connection.
conviction yet?
Falcon got convicted.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those things where people talk to me, and I'm happy to bring it out there, and I'm happy to protect you as much as I can, even from the Department of State. Because there's that one going on right now, where they're suing or subpoenaing a journalist in New York over his sourcing on a story he broke about a botched raid into North Korea.
Ah,
And they're trying to force him to reveal his
Source.
sources.
yeah.
Well, with that point, they were forced to declass the operation to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. God damn.
Well, Param, we're back.
Do better.
Do better.
Oh, and
Don't become a topic on the show.
Don't forget. I'm going to talk about one more individual. One more.
Why with a weird accent?
One more.
Because he's sitting next to me.
Bill Hochstetler.
Oh,
Again, yet another CI within the DA's office. This one was present with the conversation, where Hochstetler had a conversation with Kunze,
Okay.
indicating that Kunze indicated that the BOCC will drop the elimination of the office if Hochstetler wins.
Oh.
And guess what panned out? Immediately after the Hochstetler win, even though it was scheduled to be on the next meeting's
on the
agenda,
on the 2nd
and
of July.
2 more meetings have happened since then, that is nowhere to be found.
Oh. So it seems like there are certain entities in the BOCC that also had issues.
Collusion.
Well, my thing is that BOCC said that they would drop it. My question, they
tabled it.
They would table. Oh,
They tabled it until July, but it never came back.
But here's the thing. That, in and of itself, is a violation of Nevada law. If you table an item with a specific reopen, we tabled it until July,
They
it
specifically said the
must
second meeting of
be
July.
reopened.
Mm-hmm.
In that meeting it was tabled until.
Ah.
They did not reopen it and let it die for lack of motion.
Mm-hmm.
They simply let it disappear.
Yeah.
Like it never happened.
Like it never happened.
Mm. Yeah, because I also have questions with that a little bit due to the factor of, is this the same Bill Hostetter that was actually in the voting area?
Yes,
that was the other
one,
that was the other
one
thing I was going to
where
bring
the
up.
charges
Is that
were
all of
not
a sudden,
promoted
yeah.
by, guess whom?
Kunze?
Brian Kunze.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So there seems to be
Serious
a
election
collusion
fraud.
between the two of them. At least on the face of it, there appears to be collusion based on the information I received.
Yep.
Now,
Because, well, I'll put this in context. This is the Hillary Clinton versus the standard GI
yes,
for sending secret information on
Exactly.
unauthorized devices.
so
And where a standard GI, we would be run up the flagpole,
treason charges. Fort Leavenworth.
potentially.
Fort Leavenworth.
If not, we would be demoted as well as stripped of our access until proper training was completed.
Conducted at Fort Leavenworth.
But very
If not-
possibly dishonorably,
Discharged.
depending.
To the level that she was doing, yes.
Yeah.
But the standard GI, if you take something that's a
Right.
secret
Cross it from the
and
TS
you
to
cross it over and you mishandle it, yes, there's going to be paperwork. Yes, there's probably going to be a demotions. Yes, you're going to have your thing stripped down.
Right.
And your access, yeah.
And yes, that means that there's potential of you getting the boot.
Right. Most
But
definitely
what
reassigned.
I'm
'cause you lose
sitting
your
there and
access.
saying is, That's our civic. What happened?
Nothing.
Don't do that again.
Bad girl.
So, when you're higher up the food chain, it seems like, yeah, it's less of a thing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So I'm going to say something.
Especially if somebody wants you in that position in the first place.
So with that said, I'm going to say something as investigative journalist here. Bill, I've got my eyes on you. I'll be watching that office like a hawk. Him particularly.
Uh, wait. All of the BOCC.
Well, I am specifically calling his ass out
Why?
because he made it personal.
Okay. But don't keep it personal. Keep it professional. And say, as a person, as a
Well,
constituent in this county, I want to ensure.
Here's my thing. As somebody, and we'll wrap this back around, do a little callback here, as they say in the comedy world. I'm smelling smoke. Smelling smoke. There's a little wisp of smoke in the air. So, as somebody on fire watch,
Yep, you got to ring the alarm.
I'm going to be paying attention to it. That
Mhm.
I smell on the air. There's just that hint of burning.
Once again, I sit back. I said, regardless of who won, I'd hear him out.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And I decide for myself if I'm staying on or not. That's it. Because it's my option to stay
Yeah,
on.
absolutely.
The other aspect, well, it's my
It's-
option to
and their-
volunteer.
Yes.
It's their option
It's their
to
option
accept.
to accept me as a volunteer. Now, where I don't like that is the connection to the BOCC. I'm also wondering if all of a sudden there will be some policy changes. And if there are policy changes, they need to be published and pushed out to the general public.
Yes.
Because one of the things is that if they change the policy where it goes from what it is now to what the BOCC was wanting it to be, where, hey, this money over here, we're going to contract it out, and the additional funds are going to go over here.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's 3% and it suddenly jumps up to 5 and 2% is going back to the county, immediately I'm going to go,
That's more than just a whiff.
that smells like.
Mm-hmm. Collusion and kickback.
Yep.
So we've done everything on local today. On Saturday when we return.
Today is Saturday.
Oh,
Today
sorry,
is Saturday.
Tuesday when we return. We're going to try to do this. We're going to try to do this more.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this where we're going to take one day
Dividing.
and we're going to divide and conquer unless there is something literally
On fire.
on fire.
Yes. Saturday is usually best for local, and then Tuesday is more known for the international.
For international, national.
We lead in with a little bit, but then
Well,
we
if
do
something breaks.
Well, there is
Yeah.
a BOCC meeting on Tuesday, so there might be news out of
Well,
that.
that's the problem. This BOCC meeting runs until 8 o'clock.
I know.
and that's part
Well,
of the
some
issue.
people will be live streaming probably again.
With that, I'm
I'm
Michael.
Jacob.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm Jacob.
Who the fuck are you?
Amy.
Who the fuck are you talking to?
Them
You forget who the fuck I am?
And
Hi,
this
fuckers.
fucker's Mike. Bye, fuckers. See you on Tuesday.